Hello everybody, Marty Richards with Greater Richland Tourism here today, and we are bringing you back a revamped, why do we call it that? And that is, why do we call it Elephant Trunk Rock? Well, at first glance you would think it's pretty obvious, I think, very distinguished and easy to identify elephant trunk and head actually of this rock formation. However, earlier in the days of the area, when the area was first being settled and Highway 58, this area was a thoroughfare even before the automobile, back when travelers used to make their way through here and on horseback, it was actually referred to as the Devils Hitching Post. Now, there's legend on why it was called Devils Hitching Post. In the early days, travelers did make their way here. It was a common place to stop with your horse and take a little rest. And there was water nearby. There's a little stream right behind me, shaded areas where the traveler could relax. And one day, so the story goes, a local person was coming along. There was a traveler with a black horse kind of resting. The local individual came up, was admiring the horse, and said, that's awesome looking horse. Unfortunately, as the story goes, the horse then kicked that individual in the head and he passed away from those injuries. Fast forward then to a few weeks, months, and even years after that, the legend goes that local children would mention that every now and then they would see a ghostly apparition of a horse here at Elephant Trunk Rock, but what they called Devil's Hitching Post at that time, and that when they saw this ghostly appearance of a horse, then the next day a local resident would pass away. Now, we don't know about the veracity of that and how true that is. However, it has been passed down in legend and actually documented in a couple of places. Now, how did it get Elephant Trunk Rock as its name? Well, as the automobile came, this still became an interesting place and a highly identifiable place in Richland County. And people stopped by and got its name officially then in the early 20s as Elephant Trunk Rock. Now, Elephant Trunk Rock has survived two different situations where it almost was destroyed. The first was one of the changes in the roadway here. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation in the early 50s wanted to change the roadway because of a curve that used to exist that basically brought vehicles almost right to the base of the rock. The local owner at that time said, "Hey, you bet, I'll sell you that. You go ahead and do what you need to do." However, there was a big uproar from the local community, and that uprising and complaining and, just lobbying lobbying the state roadway department said, "Oh, wait a minute, I think we better think this over again." And Elephant Trunk Rock was saved, even has a state highway department sign there now, recognized by the state as a landmark. Now, it did survive one other issue, and you'll notice at the base of Elephant Trunk Rock, there are some bricks that needed to fortify the trunk. That's not because of natural deterioration. Shortly after that road construction that tried to veer the corner away from this area a little bit, unfortunately, a local driver who may or may not have been under the influence ran into the base of Elephant Trunk Rock, and they had to fortify that and kind of make it a little more sturdy to last longer for all of us to enjoy. But if you're in the greater Richland area traveling on State Highway 58, just a little bit north of Ithaca, this is an outstanding place to stop by, get a few pictures, and depending on the time of the year as you drive this valley, you will see a lot of really interesting examples of karst, limestone, and sandstone rock structures, overhangs, and faces that really make for a really enjoyable viewing experience. So that is why we call it Elephant Trunk Rock. Thank you for joining us. I'm Marty Richards with Greater Richland Tourism. Let's everybody have a great day.